All right. Now we want to create our VPN server. Actually, it's up to you what you prefer. OpenVPN, any VPN server you want, Bright Tunnel, okay. Well, actually, in this course, in this lecture, in this video, we will create the VPN that Bright Tunnel. All right. Okay. Now, how to install it? Well, actually, it is very simple. Just click here. How to install Bright Tunnel on Ubuntu 18. As simple as that. And open any documentation or any website you have. So I will choose this one. All right. So as you can see the requirement, and here is the commands. Okay. Just copy and paste them. All right. No big deal. Okay. Okay. Let's start. So the first thing, we want to go to the EC2, and from here to the instances and launch instance. And from here, you can see that we have Ubuntu server, and this is 18 or 20. It's up to you. I will use 18 for now. I will use T2 micro, which is something free tier eligible. It's okay. It will do the job. All right. From here, I will choose the VPC we created. And this time, the public or private? What do you think? Well, actually, it's the public, because this is the VPN server. All right. And the VPN server must have a public IP address, and it must be connected to the internet. All right. Now, actually, why is that in details? Well, it is something within the protocol. You can read about it. Something for the handshake, I think, or something like that. Well, actually, I'm not gonna explain why is that. You can just read about it if you want. And auto assign, we will use the subnet settings, and which is by default it is enabled because we enable it on the public subnet. Then we don't have anything here. Let's click on the next, and here, yeah, 8 GB will be enough. Next. Here the tag, let's put the name, and let's name it VPN server. Okay. Click on the next. And first, yeah, we need to create a security group. And actually, this is very important. And in the next lecture, I will show you why creating this security group is very important. And I will name it VPN-SG, which means VPN security group. All right. And here, VPN security group. Like this. Okay. Now we need to enable the SSH, which is port 22 from anywhere, but this is temporary. Now, in a few moments, I will show you why this is temporary. This can be something else. Actually, this is not important. I mean, for the port 22 only. But actually, we need to put the HTTP and HTTPS. And yeah, that's for sure must be from anywhere. All right. You can put any description you want, like allowing HTTPS from anywhere or something like that. Review and launch, and let's launch it. Okay, now from here, choose the key pair you have or create a new one. I will create a new one, and I will name it VPN, or let's name it AWS-key-DevSecOps. Yeah, actually, it's a very, very long key name, but anyway, it will do the job. And let's launch the instance. But make sure you have it downloaded here. And from here, you can see that it is pending. Now let's wait a little bit until it is available and ready. All right, so far so good. Now copy and paste the public IP address actually for now, and let's put it here. SSH, the default user is Ubuntu at this 9i downloads, and yeah, actually we are inside it. And here I will use AWS key DevSecOps. All right, now let's copy to connect to it. Yes. Yeah, actually, if you face this problem, this means that the private key are too open. Okay, so just by doing this chmod 0400 to the AWS key DevSecOps like this. Now again, let's connect again. It will work like a charm. So far, so good. Now let's start downloading and set up the VPN. So as you can see, I'm copy and paste the commands. As you can see. Well, actually, it's no big deal. It's not just this website. You can just use any website and a trusted one. All right. So before copy and paste the command, make sure you are doing right. So for example, sudo apt upgrade. Well, actually, I don't recommend to always upgrade the system you have, because sometimes you have a legacy application or a legacy utilities that are working on the current versions. So if you upgrade it, it will not work, or it will start showing errors or whatever. Okay, so sometimes it's not always the good thing to upgrade. So for now, I will not choose upgrade. All right, and here you can see that they are allowing the HTTP, the Ubuntu firewall. Well, actually, on my case, I don't recommend the firewall on the operating system like the Ubuntu firewall. So sudo ufw, if I type status like this, you can see that by default it is inactive. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is the best practice or something. Well, it's up to you, depends on the security you need. So I think it is too much to allow the Ubuntu firewall. Actually, this is from my opinion, and some people recommend that. And but on the other hand, some people say no. Actually, Ubuntu firewall is very good, and it's extra layer of security. And yeah, well, actually, it's extra layer of security. But anyway, for now, I'm putting it as inactive. So all of these commands I will not do it. So here, echo this, and as you can see, we are putting the repo for the brightening. As you can see, just check and make sure that you are taking that from the correct source. As you can see, this is the right source, all right? Because just don't copy and paste the commands without knowing what you are doing, all right? Because sometimes you can copy commands and download the things you want from a shady place or a shady repositories, okay? So this is trusted actually. So yeah, because this is repo.brighttunnel.com, this is the main website for this VPN server, and we put it, as you can see, inside the sources list.d. Okay, now sudo nano this. Okay, copy and paste it, and you can see that we need to put this, which is the repo.mongodb. As you can see, we need the MongoDB for the users for this VPN server, because we will create users, and these users have a credentials or have a VPN keys, okay, or VPN configurations files. How to record these users? We need the database, and in that case, we will use the MongoDB. Okay, so yes, let's save it, and the name will be the same name. So far, so good. Now from here, copy and paste again. Now you can see that these are the public keys for the Brighton at the MongoDB, as you can see. So put them like this and put them like this. Now sudo apt update, because we want to update the repositories we have added. As you can see, we have the repo, MongoDB, the Brighton, all of that has been updated. Now actually we can install and download the MongoDB server and the Brighton as well. So you can see that we have here the dash assume dash yes, which means that without choosing either yes or no, okay, it will start installing. But it's not good actually, it's not a good practice to do that, because sometimes some packages will be replaced or whatever. But actually we don't have anything on the server, so it's okay. But sometimes imagine that you have conflict between the packages, so you need to make sure that you don't have conflicts. You will not remove any packages. You will not. I know apt is very smart in that case, but it is better to not assume yes or to not press yes without seeing what you are installing. All right. Okay. Now let's wait a little bit. Yeah, it's downloaded and installed. Now here the command responsible to start the MongoDB and the Brighton. So yeah, let's start it. And you can see that we need to enable it as well, which means that on boot up, or if we reboot the server, it will start on boot up. So far, so good. Now, finally, sudo systemctl status the Brighton. Yeah, as you can see, it is active here and running. The same thing, but this time for the MongoDB. Let's make sure. MongoDB. So far, so good. We have it here. All right. Now you can see that it has a lot of configuration, a lot of documents. Actually, just follow the steps. It's very easy. So actually, I will not see that. Just copy and paste the public IP address, put it here, and wait a little bit. Yeah, you can see that you will face this issue because you are using the Chrome. So actually, we have a trick for this. You can put this is unsafe, or you can use any other web browser like Firefox, Safari, whatever, okay? But in my case, you can just put this is unsafe. As you can see that I have it opened even though it is not secured. But actually it is an HTTPS, by the way. Yeah, it's not HTTP, but this is a self-signed. They called it a self-signed certificate, which means that this is certificate not trusted by the Chrome browsers or from the certificate authorities. This is not trusted. Now here, enter the setup key. So how to gather that? By running this command, just copy and paste that. Well, you may ask me why is this extra level? Well, actually to make sure that you are the administrator for this server, so nobody else will have access for you. Yeah, let's just copy and paste it. Okay, now here is the MongoDB URL. Just leave it as is because we have it on the local host, by the way. Now how to make sure that we have it like this, we can put the netstat-ntlp command, and you can see that we have it here 27017. 27017, and in the local host, which is this one. All right, so yeah, actually we have MongoDB on the local host on the same URL as well. So save it like this. You can see that it is working correctly. Okay, now again, ignore this please. So you can either open any other browsers like Firefox, Safari, whatever, or this is unsafe on this page. Okay, so it will run it as well. Now you can see that we don't have any username or password, but you can see that we can use the sudo Brightonil default password. So you can to get the default login page. Okay, so by the way, this is just arbitrary VPN server, so I will not use it in my work or in my business. So it's okay if you saw that, no problem. I will just delete it after this lecture, so it's okay, or after this course. So you can see that the administrator password is this one, which is the Brightonil, and the password is this one, and I will put it copy paste like this. All right, now you will see this initial setup. So the username is this one. You can put the new password. So actually for something, I will use the admin actually, and I will use admin 123123. Okay, and here, oh yeah, it will get you. So A capital admin 123123. Please work. Yeah, actually it worked. Now this is the public IP address. Here, if you have a public IPv6, and here is the port, which is for the console, which is the 443, which is HTTPS. And here again, if you need a let's encrypt domain, you can put it here, okay, as well. So again, we talked about this is a self-certificate or self-signed certificate. So to make sure that it is trusted by Chrome or the most trusted browsers, you need to make sure that actually you can provide let's encrypt here. So it's okay for now. Just let's save. Now you can see that we have successfully saved the settings. Okay, now what is the next step? Okay, as simple as that. Actually, we want to create an organization. This is the first thing and the most important thing. Then we will start creating servers. Then we will start creating users. And these users will have the VPN key, or let's name it the VPN configuration file. And this will be used to log in, to connect and log in to all of the private instances or private servers, including the Jenkins server. And actually, we need to modify the security group to make sure to allow all traffic or the specific traffic from this security group, which is the VPN security group that I talked about. Okay. All right. Now I will see you in the next lecture where we will start setting up the Brightonil and installing the user, the organization, the servers, and all of that will be handled in the next lecture. I will see you there.